Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of this nervous Derm guy getting on, definitely babbling behind the camera and talking about another wish wash. Kidding. I'm here to talk about something that probably a majority of you competitive players on this kind of game already know about. But in case you're not aware of this kind of helpful tip that I'm going to start going over, well then you may want to stick around and watch what I have to babble about. So I remember before getting all, technical with the controls and, getting all tippity-tappity with, how to really maneuver yourself to do things more quickly and more efficiently, I realized I was like a whole fourth of my deaths I would really notice came from when I was trying to, swap weapons, and, some faggot would come from, out of nowhere, but in front of me, in my clear line of, gunfire, and he would just take me out. And I hate that feeling, you're swapping weapons, and you're taking like a freaking year to do so. Some guy comes over, oh hey, look, free kill, and that's it. You get completely shitted on all over, and you're left with this retard feeling that's like, oh my god, I could have had that guy, what was I thinking? And it was something like that that started to really get on my nerves. I did some research, YouTube videos, and probably even web search, Google, you have all that kind of stuff going on. And didn't really find much of a helpful kind of thing, because, you either had people talking about, oh, well then just use fast hands, or, other stuff, that involved, I don't know, like just stuff that I wasn't really familiar with, and they would either not explain it or just say, oh, well, use fast hands. So I started going on a custom game just by myself, just close the privacy so I could kind of mess with my controls. And what I found is maybe something that isn't probably nearly as fast as what other people do, because I've seen other people swap weapons considerably faster than the way I found out. But if you're not in any way familiar with that kind of fast way, which I am not either, and I would like to find out too, if you can help, if you do know of some kind of considerably fast way to swap weapons and stuff, then be my guest. You can leave comment, like a reply, whatever in here, and I'll probably even take your advice for it. So I was in the game by myself, and I started messing with the buttons, and I found out that, like, when you're it has a lot to do with timing, and and a lot to do with when your weapons are swapping in and out, and the whole recognition of when the game realizes that you've switched your weapons. So here is the actual like button for button thing that I do. And what I found out is, you have to press the swap button, obviously, because you're trying to swap weapons, and you have to time it in this specific way that you just have to be on point with it. It takes a lot of practice, tons of practice. You have to do it like many times before you can get it down. And each weapon kind of like has their own timing, of when they swap in and out. So you have to get things, But this only matters about when the weapon swaps out. Because what you're going to do is you're going to press the swap button, your weapon is going to swap out, and right as it swaps out, I'm pretty sure you've probably already seen the tactic. That's what I'm using in this game footage that you're seeing here. You're going to wait till it swaps out, and right as the other weapon is coming in, you double tap the sprint button, and obviously forward, because that's what's going to get you to sprint, and the swap button. You tap it twice really fast, and you have to do it in a, like, the main concern is not the actual tapping twice of the buttons, because that's easy per se. You have to sprint forward and press the swap button twice at the same time simultaneously, you know. But it's about the timing. That's the challenge, because if you don't do it right, you're gonna completely mess yourself up in the way of either. Oh, there goes the calling on me. Alright. Because if you mess it up in any kind of slight way, you're gonna end up either swapping your weapons retardedly twice, or you're going to do like you're going to swap back to your, like you're going to do a swap cancel, and without the necessary swap, and probably chances are someone will come in, kill you, call in a UAV off of your retarded death, and then that UAV becomes a counter UAV, and that counter UAV becomes a sentry gun, and next thing you know, orbital reset, game over, you're done. Anyway, that's besides the point. So that, maybe I didn't explain it well, but you can always go back and scroll to it and, you know, hear it again, so whatever. But that's what I pretty much have been using for a while. It takes practice, and it especially helps out when you're picking up weapons, because I know for me personally, a lot of times I run weapon resets that involve, you know, just concentrating on one main weapon, and when that one weapon kind of fucks out and isn't really useful anymore, I kind of have the need to pick things off the ground, and I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of you people as well. You know, so this really helps with that. You know, you're just not available. You know, your weapons are just not doing good right about now, and there's something on the ground, you want it really bad, and you're just under attack. You don't have the time to do it, and you just really need to pick up the weapon really quick and be able to attack it with it, you know, in a second time amount of, you know, of blah. There I go, being derpy again. Let me get a second to reiterate myself. Okay, so here I am in just a private match by myself, and I am going to be showing you what I am doing. You see, I am timing it just right, and sometimes I get it wrong, but you see how it's significantly faster. I'm not running fast hands, and you can see a little bit of a difference. So, what this is going to really especially help out with, it may not really help out much with some certain classes that already have fast weapons, you know, SMGs, handguns, and, you know, what have you. But it's going to help you significantly if either A, you're running a sniper class, B, you have the tendency to, you know, swap weapons a lot, you know, for whatever reason, which is a good habit to have. You don't want to get caught with your pants down with the wrong weapon. Or C, if you're running just one single weapon, or if you're running no weapons, then you really have to make use of picking things off the ground, which is kind of what I do, because usually this is the set that I like to run that you see me with here, and I usually like to use the XPR as some kind of disposable sniper rifle. I like to snipe with it on the occasion, and perhaps even snipe down UAVs, which can be a little bit challenging, but I've gotten the hang of it. But nonetheless, when I do kill someone, I don't have any attachments on this thing, so I usually have the benefit of switching it for someone else's weapon, and, you know, getting the benefit, because I'll be trading, you know, the XPR, which has no attachments for it, possibly a sprayer that has 2 or 3 attachments, some crazy stuff like that, get a good benefit off of it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm timing out, you know, when the weapon actually is registered, that it times out, and I'm just skipping the animation of the switching of the weapon that's being swapped in by double tapping the sprint forward and the swap weapons button. So that's what's being done. Hopefully, you know, this tip kind of gives you a good grip on how to not get caught with your with the wrong weapon, and, you know, it's helped me out, to say the least, quite significantly. I mean, I get killed still quite often, you know, in awkward positions, but not nearly as often. Maybe, I would say maybe tenths of the time, maybe I could get caught with the wrong weapon, but not nearly as often as I used to when I didn't know about this tactic. So yeah, that just about closes the deal here. I kind of wanted to cram in something else, but just for the sake of the video's length and quality, because this phone tends to kind of mess up on the quality of the video when it gets past a certain amount of time. Do not want to risk that chance, so I'll put what I was thinking about cramming into this video on perhaps the next video, whenever that will be. Bye.